Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. I know it's a busy tour, it's a busy season, and a lot more has come up than you initially planned, man. But thank you so much for taking time. I
Oh,
really
glad to do it, bro.
um let's talk about Winter Jam 26, man. It's been a tough tour with the weather, but what stands out to you about this year's tour compared to previous tours? Because this is, I think, 25 years now of Winter Jam.
35.
35 years,
Yeah,
35 years. I knew it was 95. I can't do math. This is why I do interviews, because I
that's
can't
okay.
do
No, that's fine. Yeah. Your math teacher called and said you need to look over your homework.
math.
No, it's 35 years. Yeah. It's hard to say because every year Winter Jam takes on its own personality, and just like your kids, everyone's unique and
Yeah.
wonderful in their own respect. This year has a lot more of a, thanks to Chris Tomlin being out there and just like our set and Hovey being out there. This one has a lot more of a kind of a uh, real focus on worship. It's
Hmm.
interesting. Every year, obviously, it's all Christian music and it's all focused on worship. But even Disciple stops to do worship
Yes.
in the middle of their set. So this year seems to have more of a. It's a lot. I mean, a lot of great performance, but it feels like there's a lot less performance and a lot more just having church. We're just focused on. We have got God's people together. We're in a great situation. And it's pretty exciting every night at the end of the night to hear the entire arena singing so loud that you can't almost hear Chris Tomlin because they're singing so loud. And so it just creates a real environment and atmosphere of worship. So it's unique in that it's very, it kind of ends real strong and worshipful. It feels fantastic. I love every year. I love every night. All the artists bring such musical excellence and integrity, but this year has an extra feeling of worship and reverence, and I really love that. It feels like
Every
we're in the night on a right note.
every year has a different feel. Every year has a different vibe even when it comes down to the artists. And yeah, like you mentioned, Disciple, they're the rock band this year, but they're a lot more even just ministry based than a lot of, and a lot more
Yeah,
very vocal about their faith.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
so I love that you have Disciple on this one, man. I love that you have Disciple on
Well,
this.
there's some of my favorite guys, and you know what? They're some of the sweetest guys in the world. They're always serving other people, encouraging other people, and they do a great job. Their set's fantastic. I
Yeah.
love their heart and their music. And so I've become great friends with those guys and enjoy that friendship because we have the same heart. So I love them.
Is this the first year you've had Chris Tomlin
Very
on
first year
on the
ever.
t It is rare for there to be a first with Winter Jam, especially when it comes to the top
Well,
acts, but
especially since we've been around so long. But
yeah.
we Matthew West always does a great job,
Yeah.
and he's great live. He's always fun to watch, and probably the big surprise for me this year in a good way. Not that I wasn't expecting it, but Emerson Day is good grief. That girl is powerful and a freak of nature vocally, and just great songs. And she's a whole lot of fun to watch and listen to. And man, can she sing! So it's fun to
Yeah.
have her out on the tour.
I
I mean, all the artists, it's a blast to have them out. We've had Katie Nicole out before, and her songs are so powerful. But it's a really good night, top to bottom. And it's so funny because we've had people who loved years past, who loved other artists that we've had on the tour say, "Man, I didn't think you could top it, but I think this is my favorite year. I think this may be the best Winter Jam ever." So I don't know if it's the best Winter Jam ever, but I like people saying that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, speaking of Emerson, I just discovered Emerson this year. She comes up on my Pandora
She's pretty.
every day with Get Behind Me. Then when I saw she was on Winter Jam, I was like, yeah,
Dude, she
yes.
kills it.
Oh,
She kills it.
man, I'm so excited to see her.
Yes,
Um,
great job.
Um, as far as new song goes, though, it's been a couple years since you guys released a legitimate like full length, but you guys are consistently releasing singles and at least released a couple of them last year.
Yeah,
I think you released two last year, I
yeah,
believe.
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, and we've got a brand new one coming out very soon. It's a worship song we wrote with Matthew West called Glory All Around, and it's getting a really, really good response. And we do it at Winter
Nice.
Jam, so we're excited about that. Yeah, yeah. Stuff.
Oh,
And by the way, just a little caveat: I don't want any of your viewers to think this is weird or some kind of odd symbolism. This is the Myrtle Beach Pelicans.
is that a minor league baseball?
Yeah, they're a minor league baseball team. They're a farm team for the Chicago Cubs, and
Nice.
there's about 10 inches of snow on the ground in Louisville today, which is where I live. And so I was thinking about the beach and thinking about Myrtle Beach and going to ball games with my wife, which is something we love to do. Uh, and so I
That
put on the Myrtle Beach Pelicans hat, but I don't want any of your viewers to think this is some kind of weird symbolism. That's a pirate pelican. That's what that is.
I
So,
love that. As soon as you said Pirate Pelican, I went straight to minor league baseball because minor league baseball teams have some of the best
well, they do. Oh, they
mascots and team
absolutely.
names.
Yeah, yeah, they do. And the Pelicans, uh, the Pelicanos are one of our favorites. So
Nice.
they've got good swag. And my wife and I try to make it a tradition every time we're in Myrtle Beach in the spring to catch a Pelicans game. So
Oh, that's
there
awesome.
you go. So my
I love
sweet
that.
wife bought me this hat. So this is a love nod to her and to the Myrtle Beach Pelicans.
I love that. With there being so many new songs now, there's on a set like Winter Jam, you've got to cut some staples of the
Yeah,
set out.
yeah. Well, you know what? Every year it starts with we have to do a rise, my love,
Yep.
because that is like our that's our opus, you know.
Yeah.
So we have to do Arise My Love. But then we that record we released last year is called Church People.
Hmm.
That song is the
It's so
title cut.
good.
It got a really good response, and so we still do Church People. And actually, we're doing a little bit of we're doing the new song that I
Mhm.
told you about, Glory All Around, but we're bringing back a really big hit. It was one of the last songs that I wrote with Eddie Carswell and Leonard Austin before I left New Song for a while and did the I Smile, Live What I Believe era. Um, we're bringing back a brand new version of "Can't Keep a Good Man Down." So we're very excited about that song and about this live version of it that we're doing at Winter Jam. It's a
That
throwback.
is, oh, that's awesome, man.
It's a throwback.
What's it like to go back and revisit that time in new
Great.
songs?
It's awesome. You know, there's songs in your past that you love, and then sometimes, you know, every once in a while I'm driving somewhere, I'll go and kind of listen to the catalog to try to remember songs that I've written, you know, or been a part of. And there have been 200 or 300 of those now. But
Yeah.
I try to listen to some of those songs, and I remember the writing sessions, and I remember the guys I wrote it with, and I remember recording it, you know, and I remembered how special the song was to me, and I loved what it said. And so I'm always going back and just checking the spiritual, lyrical, and creative integrity of all those songs in the past to make sure, you know what, in my mind, do they stand up, and I am and would I write that song again today? And most of the time it's yes. Most of the time it's absolutely yes. And that's one of those songs, you know. It's kind of has a timeless message. So it's fun to do it live. It's fun to have it out on the tour again this
That's
year.
so awesome. I love that, man. You've had, by the time you guys play tomorrow, you guys will have had close to an entire week off
So
from
weird.
shows with Winter Jam. Hitting Kansas, the
Yep.
Kansas region tomorrow and Saturday, tomorrow and Sunday, I think, tomorrow and Saturday, this weekend.
Yep.
And
In
then
Dallas, Texas.
yes.
Yeah.
Hitting Indianapolis, my area next week, February 6th, and then also Fort Wayne at the end of March, man.
We're excited about that.
We look forward to having you guys here every year.
Thank you.
Guys, man, Russ, thank you so much for taking time today, for fitting me in, and thank you for
Yeah.
continuing to do Winter Jam and bringing it back every year. You give families a probably one of the only concerts they're able to afford to go to every year. You make it worth it for every single one of them, man. I've taken my daughter to three of them.
Well, thank you.
They thank you for continuing to do what you guys do and braving the weather, man. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, listen, it's our pleasure, and we couldn't do it without you guys. It's the youth leaders and pastors and families, the dads that bring their kids out, and you know it's fun to see now after all these years. We'll have dads come out and go, "Hey, my youth leader brought me, and now I'm bringing my kids to Winter Jam." We love hearing those stories, and we're trying. You know, we work hard all year to try to make sure every year that Winter Jam is excellent, affordable to families, and Christ centered. Those are the three things we really shoot for every year. So I think this year feels like we got there. So I hope folks will come out and bring their friends, maybe bring friends that wouldn't ordinarily go to church because,
Hmm.
the arena is a pretty non-threatening environment for a concert.
It's true.
And, so bringing them out to hear great music and to see great production, to hear the gospel, that's a good way to spend $15.
It is. And you always have at least one or two artists on the bill that people that aren't church people would enjoy seeing, whether it be
True.
KB, Lecrae, Disciples, Skillet, Red, all of them, man.
Toby. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And we have so many people that come that are Skillet fans that Skillet's kind of the doorway for them into the
Yeah.
church. And what's crazy is Skillet fans will come to the concert and then go buy Kane merch, or
Yeah.
they'll go buy Crowder merch because they're like, I had no idea this was even out there. So they come,
100%.
and vice versa. You have folks that come that love Chris Tomlin that leave Disciple fans. So we love
Yeah.
that.
Man, again, thank you so much for doing this. We'll see you here in about a week or so. Indianapolis, Fort Wayne. Thank you so much and stay safe on the road.
All right. Thank you, Reggie. I appreciate it. Thanks for your time.